Hey guys, I just want to talk to you about working with elite athletes or for that matter, athletes in general, whether they be elite or Olympic and so forth. Over the last 18 months, I've been thrilled to find a wonderful little app that sits on my iPhone 6. Not that this is a plug for the iPhone 6 at all, but the Slow-Mo app, which is this one here. Now, with all my track runners, I head down to the track and I film all of my athletes, both their starts, their run-throughs, using the Slow-Mo app.
G'day guys, we're just down here at Deakin University with Callum Kersop-Cole. He's our 100 metre runner. Alright, we're just doing the Slow-Mo app situation, just to try and get a bit of an idea of what his technique like. He's been having some shin soreness, so yeah, which is not ideal. So what we do is we get down here, take a couple of views from him starting, doing some run-throughs and from the side. So unfortunately for today, it's a bit of a wet track, isn't it, Cal?
Sure is.
Yeah, so you get the idea. So you need to get your client or your athlete as close as you can in your screen, and then you hit that Slow-Mo app. I'll put something up for you guys to have a look and you can see Cal running. All right guys, just another tip.
The starts are pretty important, especially for my 200 metre runners and even 400 metre runners, in the fact that you can pick up so many little indiscrepancies with their technique sometimes, and sometimes it can be the game changer for you. Especially when you're dealing with athletes who are dealing with shin soreness, whether they're dealing with knee pain or hip and thigh problems. What you're able to pick up on the Slow-Mo app is just fantastic, and it may be something as simple as they're coming out of their start blocks and as they're bringing their first foot down, they may just skew that foot, that rear foot back in towards and that will obviously create a torsional force through the calf, and sometimes that can be a big reason why they deal with so much shin soreness and so forth. I mean, obviously it's going to be related to load, there's no doubt about it, but these little indiscrepancies. Another one which I find quite common is obviously as they're getting into their first couple of strides, especially as they come up, bring their hip up, sometimes you might just see just that small little hip hike that they can do. So it's all these little indiscrepancies that can, as I said before, can be the game changers. So, tip of the week, if you haven't got the iPhone 6, then I'm sure there's plenty of apps out there that you can get that give you the slow-mo function, but I urge you, what you really need to do, and you'll have to play around with it, I've obviously got it down to a bit of a fine art myself, but you need to get your client or your athlete as close as you can into your screen, hit that app, and then get them to start their run. So I always do it from behind on their starts. Then I'll get them to do some run-throughs, and then obviously as they're coming past, I can pick them up in the landscape. So obviously having it this way, and then you can just see what their stride's like as they're running through. And I also take some footage of them running towards me as well, because that will also pick up any of those indiscrepancies. And once again, one of those indiscrepancies that you see commonly, which plays back into my hip technique, which I'll bring to you shortly, is the fact of the battle between the adductor magnus and the glute medius. So you might have your runner coming up, and obviously they'll be tracking inwards slightly on that hip flexion. So that's an absolute key there straight away, that things are not functioning as well as they should be. So tip of the week, Slow-Mo app, working with your athletes, take the time if you can, get down to the track, watch them run through, hit the Slow-Mo app, bring it back, review them. And I actually review it with my athletes. They need to see and understand what's going on there. So, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed it. Tip of the week, the Slow-Mo app.